partner, who also goes by the name Idiot, is not here because he is apparently stuck in traffic. I did tell him to leave early enough, but what can I say? I'm sure I'm going to get a text message from him any minute telling me to have somebody let him in. So when he gets there, we'll think about it. You know, maybe it's fortuitous that he's not here, Freddie. Anything to add to that, or?
It's me.
Anyway, we come to you tonight with the usual cast of characters, plus two. Yeah, we have, of course, Freddie, the producer. How you doing, Freddie? Good evening. I have Linda. Linda, are you on camera this time?
Not on camera.
Not on camera, but Linda, associate producer. In fact, I think she's going to be producing some other show while we're doing this. We have Lynn, the board op. Hi, Lynn. How are you?
Hello. Good evening.
Anything new, Lynn?
Well, I made it here.
Thank you, Lynn. Yeah, thanks for being a responsible adult.
Thank you.
And then, if our audience remembers, last week we had the lovely Nicole. Lovely Nicole is back again.
I'm back.
There's lovely Nicole. In fact, Nicole, you brought a friend with you tonight, didn't you?
I did.
Who'd you bring with you tonight, Nicole?
My good friend Araceli.
Araceli.
Hello, everyone.
Now, we'll get to it in a minute, but I understand you girls may have had one or two prior to getting here.
We had a shaker full.
A shaker full.
From
Now,
the martinis. They
when-
give you like one, but it's really two.
I'm going to say, when you're two good-looking girls, you know, what's the etiquette? Do you get the drinks bought for you, or?
Well, your first drink's free at Blue Martinis when you have a Blue Martini card.
We have Blue Martini ladies cards.
Yeah.
Blue Martini ladies cards. Is that something any lady off the street
Yes,
can get?
Any
Anyone.
lady can get that.
Now, you also happen to bring in here, and why don't you hold it up? You came with food tonight. What's that?
We had the fruit platter. It's so
It's
pretty
lovely.
with the little orchid.
This is a big
Picturesque.
score.
And we eat the orchids, I learned today.
Yes,
The
they're
orchids
very
are good for you.
tasty.
The orchids are edible.
Yes,
They're edible and very
orchids.
tasty.
Some
Now,
brie.
what kind of cheese? Let me take a look. I happen to
We
be
got
somewhat of a
brie,
cheese
we got blue
aficionado.
I don't know.
Well, you have a nice assortment of different
That's for
things
you.
here.
It's a gift.
Well,
we actually
thank
had
you.
a martini cup for you. Do you have the martini cup?
I have one.
I do not.
Mixed martini.
What I am doing here, here's my partner, and here's his text. Let me in. Now, if somebody wants to let him in, Lynn, you want to let him in? Should we sit there? Maybe sit him there for an hour or two. All right, we're going to let Rich in. In the meantime, anybody do anything interesting this week or have anything interesting happen?
Let's see. Anything for you?
Anything? Anything interesting at work? Nicole, if our audience
Work's always
remembers, works for a
interesting.
plastic surgeon.
Yes, yeah.
Any interesting patients that you can share?
I can't really share about my patients.
Oh,
It's
well,
like-
not your, I bet somebody else's patients. Or why don't we call them Mr. X or Mrs. Y?
Don't
No,
put me on
nothing
the
we're
spot.
talking
Don't
about?
put me on the spot. No.
And Araceli, I understand that you are a paralegal,
Yes, sir, I am.
currently working for somebody in Boca.
Absolutely.
Oh, look who showed up, Mr. Friedman. Feel free to join us.
Hey, the idiot's here.
Oh,
The- oh,
right. You finally
I'm glad at
made
least
it.
you're listening. It's here with the articles, I hope.
Oh, yes. Here you go.
Ah, thank you. Hot off the press. Now, let me just say, I've had a trying week. My week started, actually. I drove up to Orlando. I think it was on Monday for a hearing on Tuesday. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but and I understand that this is, we're on video, and these tapes, I guess, or whatever they're called, are there for posterity. So I have to be careful when I say that this judge that I was in front of for Tuesday's hearing is probably about the most ignorant, dumb judge. And how he sits on the bench, I do not know. He is a total imbecile.
Maybe you should sit in the chair instead of on a bench.
I don't know. Richard, this guy was so bad. Listen, if the audience prompts me or we run short on material, I will go ahead and talk about it. Now, also, I get back to Palm Beach County where I live, and then yesterday I had to drive up to Jacksonville for a hearing. Actually, it was a mediation.
Yep.
And it was, parties had substantial assets. And the interesting thing about this case, my client actually lives in Bellevue, Washington, and the former wife now lives in North Carolina. But the action was in Jacksonville, and we were actually seeking a modification of alimony. And my guy owed a significant amount of alimony. I will say, the mediator, who apparently is a big shot up there, and I told him I'm going to give him a shot, and I'm going to bring him on the show if there is a show, in fact, and we'll talk about that after the show. His name is Ned Price. So, Ned, if you're listening or by some chance see this, I told Ned, what I like about the guy, he's not only smart, but he's funny. He's a funny guy.
Mediator.
Yeah, he has a sense of humor, but he's an excellent mediator. And I said that if you were down in the county, I would certainly use you. and his wife was there. He's a remarried guy 3 times, so I have a lot of similarities with the guy. Nice looking wife, Ned. I give him props. Actually, I gave him a fist bump. Show you what pigs are, ladies. You know, this is what we talk about. You know, this guy's a divorced guy, remarried, nice looking girl. So I said, Ned, she's nice. So right away, he gives me one of these,
Yeah.
you know, little fist bump. So what do? I take out my picture of my wife, and he reciprocates with a bump.
Arm piece, arm piece.
Well, yeah, but that's what guys are like. And listen, I don't want to get off track, but I heard something interesting. If 2 women show up at a party and they're wearing the same dress, the night is ruined
God.
for both
It's-
women.
Yeah,
Is that true?
It is, actually. And the girl that I was going to bring last week that I work with, we started this New Year's, like, going to the gym. This is not.
Talking to the mic, dear.
Oh, okay. We started going to the gym, like, when we got back from New Year's Eve. 2 days consecutively, we showed up to the gym in the same outfit.
Oh, my God. Heaven forbid.
It was so embarrassing.
But you know what the point is? Women they're embarrassed by that. If 2 guys
But
show
why
up,
is that?
I don't know. But listen, tell me this isn't true. When 2 guys show up in the same shirt, and then
We've come to remember. Sometimes we dress in the same.
well,
shirt.
you know what you do though. You give the other guy a high five. For instance, there's a brand that I like. It's so good. I can't think of it. It's called Psycho Bunny. I love Psycho Bunny. And it's not a real common brand, but it's a good shirt, good company. I saw another dude at an affair I went to with a Psycho Bunny shirt. So I don't run and hide and say I got to change. You high five the guy, dude. You're a
you
Psycho
got good
Bunny
taste.
fan.
Yeah,
Should be that way.
styling.
Anyway,
I
now-
thought it was funny, but
So having said that, let me also, before I digress, I also have here sitting on camera this young fellow over here, who's from New Jersey. He came down with his
You know
dad.
Chris Christie?
I've met the guy once or twice.
you know my
Hey.
sister Allison, Allison
I
Matoro.
hope you don't get held up in any traffic on the George Washington Bridge.
I've sat in some bad traffic on that bridge. No fun. No fun at
Well,
all.
you know what? We can talk about that as a story in a minute. And lastly, before we get going, I just want to say, too, that Rich and I are friends with Tony. Tony DeTaco is his name.
Yes.
Tony happened to call me, asked me if I want to go to dinner. He's a good attorney. He's a friend of mine.
But tonight?
And his wife. No, but perhaps tomorrow night. So, Tony, if you're listening out there with the lovely Robin, give me a call and we'll see what we can do. He's competition. He's a bankruptcy attorney.
We don't have
Maybe I
any
shouldn't talk
competition,
about that.
Alan. You know that.
Well, you're right, Richard.
When it comes to us, we're in a
Numero
class by
uno.
himself.
And remind me to let Arceli
We have a
tell you
great
her
story
story.
for you tonight,
sure
Rich.
you
Arceli, why don't you-
Okay, lay it on
Arceli,
Yes,
take
sir.
the mic from Nicole and say hi to everybody.
Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Okay, now what's your story? How long have you girls been friends?
Couple of years.
Yes,
hasn't it?
couple of years.
Yeah, how'd you meet? How'd you girls meet?
At the spa.
Yes.
You met at the
One of
spa?
my clients.
Oh, okay, so you were treating her
Yes.
in some fashion. Are you at liberty to say? 'Cause
Yeah, sure.
You remember last week we talked about hair removal and things like that, but I'm sure
No hair removal.
Arceli
no
wasn't there for hair removal.
Arceli.
You weren't giving her a
Confidential
Brazilian or
information.
anything.
No,
So you girls don't know each other that well.
no, not that well. Not yet.
well.
Not intimately well.
I take care of her pretty skin.
She does have lovely skin.
Yes.
So I'll tell you what, why don't we take our first break? We're 1:15 and then we'll start our stories.
All right, everybody stay put. We'll be right back with more information, so don't go away.
Life is so overwhelming right now, isn't it? Emotional and financial challenges too much? More debt than you can possibly handle? Are you facing divorce or another family law problem? Injured and don't know where to turn? There is a source of solid, affordable legal guidance. At Elkins & Friedman, an experienced lawyer will explain options and treat you with respect and dignity. They help people throughout Central and South Florida solve those problems. This is a law firm you can trust, where they actually pick up the phone when you call. They have a 30-year record of positive results, and they make legal costs manageable for people from all walks of life. Make the call, 954-372-2630. When you visit, you might even meet Tiffany, the office mascot. Elkins & Friedman take the intimidation and the worry out of getting the legal help you really need. Call 954-372-2630 and begin to make sense of your life. Offices in Fort Lauderdale, Boynton Beach, and Palm Beach Gardens. Non-lawyer spokesperson. Are you dreaming about your next home improvement project? Let the experienced Carbonneau craftsmen help make your dream home a reality. Call them at 954-984-9393 and let them help you redo the things in your home that make it special. At Carbonneau, they specialize in residential door and window design, repairs and screens. They carry the top brands you know and trust: BHI, Galaxy, Windor, and ES. They'd be happy to create a signature look for your home. Call Carbonneau at 954-984-9393 and let them know you heard about them on the Elkins and Friedman Know Nothing Show. And you'll get a special 10% discount just for mentioning their name. 954-984-9393 is the number for Carbonneau Home Repair. And the sooner you call them and have the home team at your doorstep, the faster that'll make your dream house a reality. Call today or visit their website at CarbonneauHomeRepair.com. That's 954-984-9393. Schedule a free estimate today. 954-984-9393. This is the Know Nothing Show with practicing attorneys Alan Elkins and Rich Friedman. Elkins and Friedman have been helping folks throughout Florida for more than 30 years, and they're here now to share their knowledge and experiences with you. Stand by for more information and fun.
And we're back, everybody. Here, let me turn this to the side, like I was told to do. Actually, I think it looks better here. There we go.
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. Now you see my lovely face.
Yes.
I know, these bags under the eyes, I didn't get much street. Hey, let me
I
tell
can
you.
take care of that for
She
you.
can help you with those bags.
Right here.
You
here.
can.
Yes.
You know, for the first time, as I said before, I drove up to Jacksonville yesterday and checked into the hotel. Everything fine. For the first time ever, I got stuck in an elevator. And just about that time, Freddie was actually calling me. Has anybody ever gotten stuck in an elevator?
Yeah, I have.
Have you?
Never
Yeah.
had. I would be so
Couple
claustrophobic.
Have you?
Yeah.
For how long, Richard?
One time about 30 minutes.
With somebody else?
It was actually in our office, our old office, in with anybody else.
Yeah, were
No,
you
it was just
alone?
me.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
okay.
by myself. It was on Saturday. So it was in the
That's
building.
no fun.
That's a little scary on a Saturday.
No kidding. Luckily, the fire department came and had a key and opened up the elevator and let me out.
Well, what I did at this hotel, literally, I just checked in. I was tired, and the door opens up. I push the button, door closes, not going anywhere. So then I push the ground button, door won't open. And just like you see inside the elevators, you know, you've got the alarm button.
Right.
Okay, and apparently that alarm button goes directly to the front desk, and then they can actually communicate with you on another button. So
Is that what
you
they
know,
did?
Yeah, it took a while, but this hotel is kind of interesting because it's the kind that has the glass on both sides, but on the first floor, when you first get in, it's got to go up to 2. So I was in the dark for a while. So, but
Well, of course, people have said you've been in the dark for
very
years.
good. I set myself up for that one, Richard. First of the evening.
Yes.
All right, so let's get underway with the excitement and talk some stories.
Let's get to the good stuff.
All right. The first thing, I want to mourn the loss of an individual that died that I grew up with in my TV history. Does anybody know who I'm
Yes,
talking
I
about?
know.
Professor?
What? Who is
Is
it?
it the professor?
Yes.
Professor.
Wilkins Island.
Yeah.
Very good.
But guess
No,
who? But there's
sad.
only 2 people still alive from the show.
Well, that happens to be true. Now,
Okay.
let me
What?
tell you, not that
No.
we need anybody to call in because I like playing these games, but should you want to call in, it's 561-844-6167 or 1-800-889-0267. You can view us live on elkinsandfreeman.com. Can anybody here, and I'm going to go around the table,
Yes.
and I got to think about this, name the characters on Gilligan's Island?
Well, of course, there's.
All right, I'm going to start with you, but don't blurt them all out. I'll give you the first one, Richard.
Well, of course, the first one is the professor who just died at age 89.
Fine. All right, so wait a minute. You're done. Okay.
I'm done.
Let's go around the room. Sammy, you too young to
I'm not even 20, man. I
don't even know who Gilligan is. All right, the heck with you. All right, I can see Linda Boardop chomping at the bit. Hey, you know, this is almost like what color is George Washington's horse? What's the name of
No,
a
who's
character?
buried in Grant's tomb?
Or that one. All right, I screwed that up.
Yes.
Okay, who's a character from Gilligan's Island?
Ginger.
All right,
Movie
Ginger.
star.
Ginger, correct. The lovely Ginger, the movie star. Okay,
Marianne.
Araceli?
Marianne?
Marianne. Plain Marianne. A lot of guys always
The
found
question
Marianne
is,
sexier than
Ginger or Marianne?
Ginger. That's right.
You like Marianne?
The girl next door was Marianne. Ginger was the sexy one. Yeah, Marianne was like really cute.
But I always had a crush on Mrs. Howell.
All right. Richard, you out of turn, but Richard said Mrs. Howell. So let me give him Mrs. Howell. Richard, you lose a turn. All right. Now you're listening, and you're plugged in, and I know you love these games.
Thurston Howell.
All right, Thurston.
third.
I'm gonna count that, but it's Thurston Howell the third. But I'm the judge. I'm going to allow Thurston Howell the third. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are
Let's not
2 left.
forget.
Who's next? Who's next in the rotation?
Gilligan.
Of course. That's what I thought when I said Gilligan's Island. We have Gilligan.
What was Gilligan's
There's another
first
one?
name?
Oh,
Oh, was that a show? I think that was a show, Freddie. I remember that. You looked this up on the internet.
No, there was on another show.
Oh. Well, now, well, wait a second. We have one more character. And it's pretty easy. Does anybody know? Is Alan Hale? Huh? Wrong. Arcella, you were incorrect.
What did she say?
Wasn't it Skipper?
It's the skipper.
Oh, the skipper.
Skipper, yeah.
Did you say the skipper?
Yes.
Well, my headphones. Let's go. Yes, of course, the skipper.
I'm like, I can't be wrong.
We got that
Right. Well, you're correct. I always think of him as the captain, but I guess the captain and the skipper are the same thing.
Yeah.
I guess that's a proper answer. The skipper.
No, the skipper. He was always called the skipper. That's what they refer to.
And that
the
was
skipper.
played, I think, by a guy named Alan Hale Jr.
Right. His father was an actor, Alan Hale.
Okay. Now, does anybody have the guts that they remember the song?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Oh, I love
Can
that
anybody
song.
do that?
And they changed the version of
Yes,
it. in the-
don't.
I got it.
What?
Richard. Okay,
I'm
go
an
ahead.
aficionado about
That happens to be true. Go ahead,
Right.
Richard. Tell them.
But remember now they were on a 3-hour tour. The weather was starting to getting rough. The mighty winds.
You got to start
Whatever.
from the beginning.
What?
to sing it.
Who
You have to sing it.
Start it?
This is a story.
Rap it.
Wait, how's it go? This is a story. Wait.
I thought too. I don't want to confuse it with Beverly Hillbillies.
Remember it was a 3-hour tour?
About a castaway. Wait. We're
I
here for
suppose.
a long, long time.
The weather started getting
on
rough.
This tiny something along this something.
The tiny ship was struck.
Right. If it was not for the fearless leader,
Minnow.
the minnow would have been lost.
That's right. The minnow would have been lost.
Would be lost.
And then they named they proceeded to name the characters.
Right. There was the
The skipper to
The millionaire
And his wife. And then
The
they added the
movie
movie star,
The-
and then
and
it
the
was
rest.
and it was the rest, and then
Marianne.
later on they put in the professor and,
And
Marianne
Marianne.
Right, not
here on
Exactly.
Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yep.
all right. So
I
now
heard they all got like, I don't know, like out of all that, a couple of $1,000s they made on that.
but do you remember?
Yeah, they
you know,
didn't make much. There wasn't residuals back
They
then.
made like very minimum. I
Now,
saw
do you-
Marianne on
does
They got
anybody
paid less than
remember
our
the
secretaries,
rescue?
I think.
No, when the show was over, they actually did the rescue. Do you remember?
I remember that.
They made a TV movie of the
I
rescue.
never saw that.
Yep.
So, that was a good show.
It was.
Anyway, so like Richard said, the professor passed away. I think it was something like about 90 years old,
89,
80 or 90. In fact,
yeah.
I think I have the article here. And then
I
there are
brought it
2
in for you.
survivors. Who are the 2
So it's
that are
Ginger
alive?
and Marianne are still alive.
Is that right?
Yeah.
She was on
Ginger and
this cooking show.
Who's on the cooking show?
Marianne. No, it was just like one of these shows, reality shows, where they have a cook-off and the
I
girl
did
from
not know
Desperate
that.
Housewives won.
How does she look? She hold
She
up?
looks good. No,
Does she
she looks
really?
good. Very
well,
cute.
good. All right, that is story number 1, my friends. Now, I want to
Yes.
bring it to everybody's attention. Probably the story that fascinated at least me the most that we've done since we've been on the air, no doubt, was that individual from New Mexico. You remember what I'm talking about, Rich? Who was subjected to the multiple anal cavity search? Do you remember that?
What?
Well, we're not going to be talking about that
Why?
again, are we?
Oh, we are.
Multiple anal
Search.
search?
I think I
Yes.
heard about this.
Now listen.
I haven't.
Let
Enlighten
me-
me, please.
Let me just tell you this. Anybody should look this. What happened is that he was pulled over, from what I remember, in a Walmart parking lot under suspicion of perhaps having some drugs.
Right.
So what they did is they proceeded to take him in. And I remember the colonoscopies, the rectal searches. It was unbelievable what went
Did
on.
they make him defecate in
Yeah,
front of
like
the officer?
3 times they went
Yeah.
they went through the poop.
What was this? Was this?
Here, they arrested him for merely looking nervous during a traffic stop. In the chest X-rays, colonoscopy.
flushing.
It didn't end, so I kept reading it. And our producer
Here
was
in the U.S. This happened here in the United States of America.
New Mexico. So anyway, I have a happy story. I just got this, and Richard, you don't even
it a
know
happy
this.
ending?
Happy, yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if his end was happy, but yes, it is a happy ending,
officer,
Richard. To the tune of 1.6 million.
Wow.
So what happened? And not only that, but it's remarkable. You know how long it takes to settle lawsuits.
Yeah.
the authorities
Sometimes years.
authorities settled this. We did this story 6 months ago, and they settled up really quickly. He says, I feel grateful to live in the United States. Bad things happen, but in America, there can be justice. And it says this happened in January of, actually, it's a while ago. The lawsuit laid out the details of the story, 12-hour search, and back in, it was in January. So I'm glad to know. I could go into graphic detail.
So you're talking about January of last year.
Yeah.
So they settled the case,
They settle within about 11 months.
and for 1.6 million.
Yeah, here, without getting graphic, man, they took this guy everywhere. Medical centers, 3 enemas. You had 3 animals going on. Yeah, anyway. So
Did they
this
find anything after all
nothing.
that?
Found
No.
nothing.
But I tell you what, he found 1.6 million.
Yeah.
And in a side story, he lost about 8 pounds.
Poor guy.
Wow.
But
He should
that
make a
just-
porn now.
crazy.
Get real famous.
That's it.
Yeah, we'll get to that next week.
Now listen,
Crazy.
that ties in with my case, which I'll tell you off air, Nicole. That's what we'll do. All right, so that is the
boy.
enema settlement case.
Check.
All right, let's
And
let's
again,
go to
a
one of
happy
our.
ending.
Enema
It
settlement
is.
case.
We're going to go to another hard-hitting story. Now, this story is my kind of story. It makes me laugh. All right. Now, everybody's heard of gummy bears, correct? Those
I love
sweet
gummy
little
bears.
products.
I
Freddie,
love
maybe you can
them.
put gummy bears up on the screen. So what happened, if you take a look at
Freddie.
Amazon.com, you will read these reviews, which are hysterical. But I'm going to just, because Richard brought me, actually showed up late with the articles, I am compelled to read them somewhat, Richard. It says, everyone loves gummy bears. They're a classic. They're also terrible for you. They're literally globs of sugar, starch, syrup, and gelatin. And it says, from a health standpoint, people want to try a healthier variety. So enter Haribo sugarless gummy bears, which have now been described, described as an international favorite on their Amazon page, which I guarantee has been taken off. So what happens, for $25, you can get a 5-pound bag of these.
5 pounds?
Yeah, delicious bear shaped.
Yes.
And I
German.
guess when there's no real sugar, they're treated with something called lysocane, Lycasin sweet
Sounds like a-
treats. Well, it
Sounds very
That
appetizing.
can't be
Right.
good for you, is it?
Now, let me read this. According to the unfortunate souls who made the spur-of-the-moment decision to purchase and then consume these dark, colorful creations,
I see what's coming now.
here's what they got. They got flatulence that, quote, sounds like trumpets calling the demons to hell, and diarrhea that, quote, feels like someone tried to funnel Niagara Falls through a coffee straw.
Oh my
How many
God.
gummy bears did they
What
consume?
did he eat, the whole 5 pounds?
Hopefully
No, they
won't
eat the
do an
5
anal
pounds.
cavity search on this poor
You know
guy.
why those
Whoever
other
had this issue.
Nicole, very good. Nicole tying in the 2 stories.
Yeah, but it's the artificial sweeteners that plays havoc with your stomach.
And it can't, Freddie, if you put the camera on me, here we go. You can't really see it here, but I have a lovely, Elmo's on.
Well, yeah, you have to tell our radio audience.
Elmo,
Tell them.
Potty.
Elmo has a bad case of the whatever. It says buried at the bottom of a product. Here's what it says: buried at the bottom of the product description, just beneath the jewel-like sparkling clear colors, an international favorite, is the cautionary phrase, quote, "This product is a sugarless, sugar-free item with ingredients that can cause intestinal distress if eaten. Based on the product reviews, intestinal distress doesn't begin to describe the torturous experience of digesting these Lycasin laxatives.
I'd rather eat sugar.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Tastes a lot better.
As a matter of fact, people always comment, and this is a true comment. The next time I'm scheduled for colonoscopy, I plan to eat the sugar-free
Yeah.
gummy bears instead of drinking that crap that they make you drink. That's right.
You know these Haribos.
So
Have you had some?
no.
Somebody else described this.
You've had some.
They're not sweet enough. I've had a few, but not enough.
None of these
They're not
problems.
sweet enough.
Girl, show's over here.
Sorry,
Wake
sorry,
up.
Sorry, focus
Says
here.
best tasting colon cleanse food ever. Time bombs waiting to go off. So there you go. Now, Lynn, are we ready for our next break?
All right.
Take our next break.
All right, boy, we got more where that came from, I guess, right?
While I go consume some gummy bears.
Yeah, so
right
everybody
back.
come back. We got more to go.
Are you dreaming about your next home improvement project? Let the experienced Carbonneau craftsmen help make your dream home a reality. Call them at 954-984-9393 and let them help you redo the things in your home that make it special. At Carbonneau, they specialize in residential door and window design, repairs, and screens. They carry the top brands you know and trust: BHI, Galaxy, Windor, and ES. They'd be happy to create a signature look for your home. Call Carbonneau at 954-984-9393 and let them know you heard about them on the Elkins and Friedman Know Nothing Show. And you'll get a special 10% discount just for mentioning their name. 954-984-9393 is the number for Carbonneau Home Repair. And the sooner you call them and have the home team at your doorstep, the faster that'll make your dream house a reality. Call today or visit their website at CarbonneauHomeRepair.com. That's 954-984-9393. Schedule a free estimate today. 954-984-9393. Life is so overwhelming right now, isn't it? Emotional and financial challenges too much? More debt than you can possibly handle? Are you facing divorce or another family law problem? Injured and don't know where to turn? There is a source of solid, affordable legal guidance. At Elkins and Friedman, an experienced lawyer will explain options and treat you with respect and dignity. They help people throughout Central and South Florida solve those problems. This is a law firm you can trust, where they actually pick up the phone when you call. They have a 30-year record of positive results, and they make legal costs manageable for people from all walks of life. Make the call, 954-372-2630. When you visit, you might even meet Tiffany, the office mascot. Elkins and Friedman take the intimidation and the worry out of getting the legal help you really need. Call 954-372-2630 and begin to make sense of your life. Offices in Fort Lauderdale, Boynton Beach, and Palm Beach Gardens. Non-lawyer spokesperson. This is the Elkins and Friedman Know Nothing Show. Time to get back to Alan and Rich for more. If you'd like to join in, just call in 1-800-889-0267 and become part of the show. That's 1-800-889-0267. Once again, Alan Elkins and Rich Friedman.
And we're back, everybody.
Yes, we are.
Now, I just got word that lovely Nicole just had a friend text her a hard-hitting, interesting, newsworthy show or segment. So why don't you tell us quickly what happened, Nicole? Who texted you?
Well, a friend of mine was
Remember now,
walking down the street.
we're on AM radio.
I know. And a male friend of mine. And he was stopped by some guy in his car who, slammed on his brakes and offered to pay him. He was flashing $100 of bills for him to offer him male pleasure, oral sex,
Oral
favors.
No, wait a minute. I get it. This is a guy. This is a guy friend of yours was in traffic.
He was straight. No, he's walking down the street, or I don't know. He wasn't in a car.
Oh, so maybe he thought he was a male prostitute or something like that?
Maybe, yeah, possibly.
Is he really good looking?
He's very good looking. He has nice muscles.
And just this is in a decent area of town.
I don't know the area of town, but no, they
Right.
they live by Olive, downtown West Palm.
All right, so
Could've been anywhere.
car pulls over.
So the car slams on his brakes, and he's flashing $100 bills, saying that he would actually pay him and give him oral pleasure and then swallow.
How much extra did that cost, Nicole?
I don't know.
Nicole, I think you're blushing.
He said no. He said no.
Is
And
your friend considered
He
my
said
friend-
yes, but no to the swallow, or
My
he said
friend
no,
said
period?
no, period. And then he prayed for him because he's a good
Did he? He prayed? All right,
boy.
that's very nice.
Yeah, he prayed for him.
And then the guy just took off and left?
Yeah, I guess the guy took off. So he said, if you value your life, you will leave now. And I told him, may God bless him.
There it is.
This just happened tonight?
This just happened 5 minutes ago.
Now, actually, before you got here, you told me that you had an interesting story. Is that the story?
No, the story
You
was...
tell me about that. That was her
Can
story.
we talk about that?
that preferably we would choose to keep off of the air.
Let's just see how many stories we get through here, and then we'll see if there's time.
There's 5
Now, I got a couple. I usually do the stupid person of the week or something like that. So I got a couple stories. I'm going to do quick. How dumb is this guy? And here's the title: Man steals truck to get to court for a stolen car case.
That's a classic.
Oxymoron.
Yeah, that's a moron. This is out of California. Man stole a truck so he could make it to court on time for his court hearing on an unrelated auto theft charge.
Did he make it on time to court?
He got to
Now
court.
he
It
has a
says,
new charge.
yeah, officers located the truck with 21-year-old Michael Heller behind the wheel. When asked why he took the truck, he told officers he needed a ride to court for his case. This is truly a moron.
Yeah.
That's one
At
moron.
least he's an honest guy.
Now, I have I got a couple things here. Let me just go through them quickly. Okay, Richard, you know I can't go an entire show without a what? With a good
Oh, no,
penis
please,
story.
please.
Yay, penis story
Every
time.
week we have a penis story. Well, I read something very interesting, and this is the God honest truth. The U.S. Finances, I guess, particularly seniors in the Medicare program. So, ready for this? The U.S. government paid around $86 million too much. They overpaid for penis pumps. This federal Medicare program covered nearly 474,000 claims between 06 and 11. 474 men that wanted penis pumps, and they wanted the government to pay for them.
Is that that's part of Medicare?
Yeah, it's a real benefit.
So I bet you can't wait till you turn 65.
I guess if the equipment isn't working, you need a little help there.
And Viagra doesn't work anymore, right?
That's right. I guess if the Viagra's not working, it says for the erection system, and it says it's an option for erectile dysfunction. The bill to the government was $172 million, according to
Oh, it's
Question
just wrong.
That's crazy.
Yet they won't cover birth control. Go
And
figure.
yet they won't come up with something with an alternative for women.
Right.
Well, yeah. Although under Obamacare, I know that's a big
domination.
thing. Are they covering?
Yeah, what about the female orgasm?
I don't
Does anyone
know.
care?
They don't care.
I'll get back to you on that one when I.
Alan, I think you might have a phone call.
It's not a priority.
Probably the FCC.
Yeah, probably. It's the FCC calling.
Yeah, okay,
Everybody
now,
hide.
Now here, I understand we have French guy on the phone. French guy, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
How you doing, buddy? We've missed you.
I know, but I've been waiting 25 minutes to give you guys a call. Even my German guy.
You got a German guy there too?
The German and the French.
Well, wait, you may as well surrender right now. All right, just a
I wanted to
joke.
tell you guys that this
Normandy?
German guy, he lives in California. He's been trying for the past 20 minutes, and he can. I think the line is so inundated because you guys might receive so many calls.
That's true.
Have you been able to hear any of our conversation tonight?
No,
Oh,
really.
it's
I
a
just
great
had an
show.
opportunity to call you.
It's one of our best shows ever.
No kidding. What happened?
Right now we're talking about penis pumps. Do you know that the United States government spent $172 million for men requiring penis pumps, like your good friend Richard next to me? Do you know that?
I heard they spent that in Europe, but was higher, 200 million euros. So can't be true. You know.
That's true. Yeah, we've had some interesting stuff. So tell us, and by the way, we have somebody here from New Jersey, your next state neighbor. Got them visiting here. It's a cousin of mine from out of town. Now, whereabouts? I've never asked you, but whereabouts? You live in Brooklyn or you live in the city?
I live in Forest Hills in Queens.
Ah, it's pretty
Oh, great.
fancy.
I think you have a tennis tournament over there, don't
Fancy schmancy.
Yeah, I know. No, the area is pretty nice because they have tennis courts, and because of that, I moved there. So
Okay.
it's pretty good.
Now, if I were to ask you, what's the biggest story going on in New York right now? What comes to mind? Anything?
Obamacare.
Really? For it? Against it? Why
Okay.
Obamacare?
I don't know. Miley Cyrus will be here soon. That's the only
Miley
thing I know.
Cyrus? I
you?
guess that is.
Miley Cyrus coming to New York?
She's
Yeah,
coming
I
anywhere.
think
She
so.
can twerk her way in, I guess.
So she'll overshadow Obamacare?
Actually, I think she's
Probably.
coming here too. Well, let me ask you now, is your German friend also listening right now?
Well, he's been trying to call for like the past 20 minutes. He's located in California, though. There's some other foreigners out there that they want to call you guys. I don't know why the line is so inundated.
Yeah. Let's give the number out, Alan.
I'll tell you what, I will give the number out, my French friend. Anybody listening, 1-800-889-0267. So
Yeah.
we appreciate it. Please give us a call next week. Hopefully we'll be on the air
Or
to
even
get
this
it.
week. Keep trying. I mean, we're very busy with calls, but keep trying.
I will leave you with this, my friend. My next story is, you ready for this? That they're
Yeah.
banning. Okay, here's the story, that there are certain health people out there. You know the type that I'm talking about. You can't eat, you can't drink a big soft drink. You can't do this or that. Well, they're taking it a little too far in the animal kingdom. And the story is, monkeys at the zoo have been banned from eating bananas.
What?
That's a real story. So
No kidding.
I'll
But
tell
why
you
is that?
what.
They're bad for you?
I'm gonna leave you hanging. They're telling me we gotta go. but we will speak to you soon and thank you and get all you're a stockbroker, correct?
Absolutely. No, I'm not. I'm a trader. But I wanted to say that a huge hug here for Rich Friedman. He's the best
That's
man out
let him
there.
finish.
I love that person. I'm gonna keep calling. Okay.
You
Thank
keep
you.
calling. All right.
All right.
And hopefully Rich will be here to receive the call.
Yes, I will. I appreciate your thoughts and keep listening.
All right, goodbye, Frenchie.
Absolutely. All right. Bye-bye.
Take care. All right, bye. See that? One of my fans.
You're one of your fans.
One of
It's
my many
nice to
fans.
know that they're,
Why does French guy like you so much, Rich? What'd you do?
Because he flashed $100 bills last time he saw
Right?
Rich, and unlike the last guy, Rich
Did you offer
said,
to swallow?
"Oh, Nicole, wow, we're almost
We're going to have to tell her mother. She's a bad girl.
Did we cross the line there? We may have crossed the line there. All right, girls, I wasn't making it up. There's a banana ban from monkeys, as strange as that sounds. Listen to this. Monkeys at the zoo have been banned from eating bananas because they're too unhealthy. Some idiots
How can it
decided
be unhealthy?
Who cares what?
animal nutritionists have likened giving bananas to the primates at the zoo to humans eating too much cake and chocolate.
That is
What?
not
That
good.
is-
Doesn't make any
I eat
sense.
a banana every day, and look how healthy I am.
That is
That's what my grandma
insane.
always says.
Potassium.
Eat a banana.
And you know what they say about bananas? It says, I think that they think that it has too much sugar in there for
Well, there is a
the,
lot of sugar in bananas.
says
There
compared to the food they would eat in the wild, bananas are more energy dense and they have lots of calories. Nothing worse than a fat monkey. You know what I mean?
I've always said that.
That's right. Anyway.
What do they eat in the wild?
They probably eat like
Nuts and berries.
leaves and nuts.
Nuts and berries. I'll tell you what. Did I miss a break or are we good? We got another minute? All right, then we will keep going. That is our banana monkey story. I will now cross off the penis pump story. And it says, to those seniors who really want one, just buy it yourself. We don't need to bill us tax-paying Americans.
That's right. Right.
That's what I think. All right. So out with that. On to the next story. All right, Richard. I could do a legal-related story.
Legally related. That's a novel.
Listen to the title of this story. Father is sentenced to 6 months in jail for paying too much child support. Sounds like the
What?
idiot judge I was in front of on
How do you go to jail for paying
Tuesday.
too much child support?
So father will spend half of 2014 behind bars for doing too much for his son. After overpaying child support and seeing his son too often, I guess what happened, under the terms of his agreement, he was supposed to pay a certain amount and see his son a certain amount of time, and apparently he went beyond that. How? I don't know. I mean, this guy says, I'm a father, it's my responsibility to take care of him. Let's see what this dumb judge said. He ended up paying over the course of time $3,000 too much. A fact that, here, we'll call him out. Harris County District Judge Lisa Millard found contemptible.
He paid too much?
Yeah, I don't profess to understand it.
Did the wife complain or the son
Did anyone
complain? Who
complain?
complained?
Says in addition to the 6-month jail sentence, the judge is forcing him to pay his ex-wife's attorney's fees. So insult to injury.
No restitution.
It's the player's fault.
That's
In a
ridiculous.
day and age when guys don't pay enough, don't visit enough, this guy did more.
Above and beyond, and
Listen,
gets penalized for it.
Truth is, maybe there's more to the story. Maybe he refused to give the child back for when past his deadline. I don't really know, but this is
Buying
the
his
story.
love.
That's how it's reported. I'm choosing to think this judge is just an idiot. So we're done with that.
But paying the attorney fee, that's really an insult.
Of course it is. Now, we have many more entertaining stories.
Well, why don't you talk about the guy, okay, that hasn't taken a bath
Richard?
in 60 years?
I just happened, I'm looking at anybody in the camera. So listen, what do I have? I got a minute till break? All right, so what Richard said, there's an 80-year-old Iranian man who it says smokes animal poop and hasn't bathed in 60 years. Now, would either
Anybody
of you
you
girls... But I have another game to play.
It's like a Sasquatch.
How much would this guy have to pay you girls to go out on a date?
There's not enough money in the world.
For no amount of money.
God,
If this
no.
guy said, I'm an Iranian, he's from Iran, I am an oil sheik, all you have to do is go out with me on one date and kiss me on my my toothless lips. $1 million. He has the he's going to give you an oil well.
No, some things
Nicole.
money can't buy. Sorry.
Look, if I'm being absolutely honest, I think for $1 million, I might close my eyes
Maybe
and
they can
kiss this
clean 'em
guy.
up.
No.
That's really honest of you.
Richard,
But,
for $1 million, and I know how cheap you are, would you kiss this guy?
No.
For $1 million?
$1 million.
I didn't even know we could be in the same room with him. He
Nicole,
doesn't
that's
take
a
a bath
nice
in 60
reference.
years.
Where was that reference from? Do you know?
Yeah, that's from
Come
Austin
on.
Powers.
Very good.
Yeah, Dr.
Say it again.
right.
And
$1
show in the camera.
million.
Freddie, get her on camera. $1 million. All right, let's go to our last break, guys, and then we'll come back and finish up. We're having too much fun.
Don't go away. We'll be right back. We got more to come.
Life is so overwhelming right now, isn't it? Emotional and financial challenges too much? More debt than you can possibly handle? Are you facing divorce or another family law problem? Injured and don't know where to turn? There is a source of solid, affordable legal guidance. At Elkins & Friedman, an experienced lawyer will explain options and treat you with respect and dignity. They help people throughout Central and South Florida solve those problems. This is a law firm you can trust, where they actually pick up the phone when you call. They have a 30-year record of positive results, and they make legal costs manageable for people from all walks of life. Make the call, 954-372-2630. When you visit, you might even meet Tiffany, the office mascot. Elkins & Friedman take the intimidation and the worry out of getting the legal help you really need. Call 954-372-2630 and begin to make sense of your life. Offices in Fort Lauderdale, Boynton Beach, and Palm Beach Gardens. Non-lawyer spokesperson. Are you dreaming about your next home improvement project? Let the experienced Carbonneau craftsmen help make your dream home a reality. Call them at 954-984-9393 and let them help you redo the things in your home that make it special. At Carbonneau, they specialize in residential door and window design, repairs, and screens. They carry the top brands you know and trust: BHI, Galaxy, Windor, and ES. They'd be happy to create a signature look for your home. Call Carbonneau at 954-984-9393 and let them know you heard about them on the Elkins & Friedman Know Nothing Show. And you'll get a special 10% discount just for mentioning their name. 954-984-9393 is the number for Carbonneau Home Repair. And the sooner you call them and have the home team at your doorstep, the faster that'll make your dream house a reality. Call today or visit their website at carbonneauhomerepair.com. That's 954-984-9393. Schedule a free estimate today. 954-984-9393. You're listening to the Alan Elkins and Rich Friedman Know Nothing Show, with two longtime attorneys who are here to share their experience and knowledge and some fun along the way. The toll-free number, if you want to participate, is 1-800-889-0267.
We're back for our final segment, everybody.
Yes, we are.
Just before I get the story, I got a text from my wife. It says, "Come home, your penis pump came in the mail today." Yeah, thank you, dear. That just means you're not holding up your end of the bargain.
Give her a bell. There you go.
So, before we go on, let's just talk a couple of minutes about the Academy Award nominations that took place this morning in Beverly
Let's
Hills.
talk about what would you like to share with us, Richard.
Well, were you surprised at Robert
Tom
Redford's
Hanks?
movie not getting nominated?
Yeah, and Tom Hanks didn't get a
Well,
nomination.
he didn't get a nomination.
Oprah
The
didn't
movie
get a
did.
nomination.
Right, the movie got nominated, but Tom Hanks didn't get nominated.
Yeah, it's a shame. But I will say, and I also did. Anybody watch the award show that was on last Sunday? The what's
Yeah,
the
the
one with
Golden
all
Globes.
three? The Golden
Yeah, of
Globes.
course, yeah.
And I will say, who's my favorite actress? You know this by now, Richard. Jennifer Lawrence. I
course.
love Jennifer Lawrence, ladies.
Yeah.
She can do
She's
no
cute.
wrong.
Absolutely.
But anyway, I caught it all along. I love American Hustle, and Amy Adams won Best Picture. Jennifer Lawrence won. Just a terrific movie. So anybody out there that hasn't seen it, I strongly suggest they do. And the other, the Dallas Buyers Club, Jared Leto, who I happen to love, 30 Seconds from Mars. And he's a talented
great
guy.
actor. Oh, yeah.
And in this movie, played a transsexual character. He was brilliant.
Perfect. Yep.
So I hope he wins. You saw that movie, too.
Yes, it was really good.
Yeah, it
and
was.
Matthew McConaughey did an amazing job.
He
lost
does.
like I don't know,
You know,
50 pounds for that role.
I used to think that guy was a lightweight, but I got a lot of respect for that guy. You know, later in his career, he's picking some just like really good roles.
He did it because he wanted to win an award. No one took him seriously.
Yeah,
He's done,
well,
like ridiculous movies.
Good for him. In fact, this week I know there are a couple of movies. There's a new Jack Ryan movie.
Oh yeah, that Jack
Anybody-
Ryan movie is coming out.
Yeah, well, I don't know if anybody knows, but Jack Ryan's based on, it's a series of books. Who wrote that? Was that Roger Ludlum?
No,
I don't remember who
the
it was.
gentleman that passed away. Who?
Tom Clancy.
Tom Clancy. Remember that died
right,
a few
I'm
months
sorry.
back.
All right, well, listen, we're gonna ask our young guy here, since those movies you do remember. Can you name for me quickly? I think there have been 4. He's the 4th guy to play the role. There have been 4 actors to play Jack
Oh yeah, I'm
Ryan.
gonna give him my mic so he can.
Yeah, go ahead, Sammy. Let's hear what you got to
Don't
say.
go that
This
far.
is Sammy from Jersey. Just lean in here, Sammy. Yeah,
Just talk a little loud.
All right, so what's the question here?
Okay, can you name the 4 actors that have played the role of Jack Ryan?
Well, I know Chris Pine's playing in this upcoming
Chris
one.
Pine's the guy now.
I got one.
Who,
All right,
Richard?
go for it.
One that no one's gonna get. Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin was in the first one, and
first
he
one.
had one of his hissy fits. They didn't invite him back.
No kidding. He
Does
went to
anybody-
Broadway
Nope.
instead.
I don't know.
Yeah, he
Tom
went
Other?
to back. What?
Okay, I'll tell you another one. Another one was Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Harrison Ford.
I think
he was
Ford.
the best.
Yeah, I think he was very good.
I mean, he was really the character.
Yeah, he was a character. So that's that. And then there was one more, which everybody forgets because he's somewhat forgettable.
Ben Affleck.
Very good, Richard. All right, so those are the 4 characters.
And what
you know
was this movie?
Okay, Jack Ryan
Remember
was
he
working
did,
for the CIA.
Right, remember he was the CIA. They had one that took place like in South America.
Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah,
bore the
give it
audience,
away.
but
Yeah.
that's a new movie. Probably if you're going to see a movie this weekend, it's probably the movie.
Yeah,
to
that's
see.
what I'm going to go see.
And I still want to see the movie with what's the guy that's about 4'10", muscular boy band or underwear model.
Not Danny
who am I
DeVito.
thinking of? Not Danny DeVito. Mark Wahlberg, who I was talking about, who I actually like as an actor. His movie's supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Two
That
Guns was in the movie Two Guns.
I saw that movie, but this one he's the sole survivor, I guess, based on a real life story of a platoon that went out there, and everybody apparently are
The
a
new
group of
movie
guys.
that's out.
That's supposed to be a good movie. Anyway, so moving on. So other than our discussing Iranian guy that apparently nobody would kiss but me for $1 million.
No way.
Well, I don't know. You know, I'm rereading this. It says not only hasn't he bathed in 60 years, but he subsists on rotten porcupine meat. Okay, rotten porcupine.
Where does this
meat.
guy live?
He lives in Iran.
Iran.
And they
cave
claim to be the
somewhere.
world's dirtiest man. Now, we don't have pictures here, but look, I have some more pictures here.
What is
All right.
that?
Well, our radio audience
Body
can't see
part
those
is that?
pictures,
What is
Alan.
that?
His
Well, yes,
hand.
radio audience, I am describing what, I don't know, it looks like he has poop in his hands, and his hands are the
Yeah.
color of the poop.
How did he make the news? Why are we talking?
I don't know.
Boy, it must have been a slow news day for that to be in the
It
paper.
was, and look at the last one. He's just sitting there contemplating nature. Disgusting.
It's like a caveman.
All right.
Beyond.
See, and during our last segment, we're usually just looking for stories that I've intentionally avoided. Now, let's see. I do have one unbelievable story I want to get to. Okay, I actually have 2 gross stories. Okay, I'm going to show you. Usually, anybody who's listening would see this. Now, it's just a coincidence that I'm eating cheese, but here's the title. Police arrest Philadelphia's infamous Swiss cheese masturbator.
Let me ask you one more time. Where do you find this stuff?
Can you explain that?
I'm not sure. Yes, I'm
Masturbates to Swiss cheese.
Arcelia, I'm glad you asked. Okay, this guy's in Philly. All right, and I guess, you know, he just eats not a cheesesteak, just a steak, I guess. It says officers from Philadelphia Special Victims Unit reportedly arrest his, I guess I can say his name, Chris Pagano, who is rumored to be, I think it's beyond rumored, I couldn't say his name, the cheese masturbator. Says
I cannot fathom that.
says he.
Aren't we due for another commercial?
No, we're bringing it home, Richard. Listen,
You can take it home.
I'm stretching.
I don't want it.
Look, Lynn the board up wants to hear this. She said, yeah, I want to hear you talk about the cheese masturbator. Right, Lynn? Just shake your head. No, Lynn? All right, Lynn's suddenly silent. Says he offered a woman money, it's kind of like your friend Nicole, to watch him put the Swiss cheese on his member. Says he faces charges of indecent exposure, stalking, and harassment.
Decent or indecent?
Wow. Why is it Swiss cheese? It's the holes in the Swiss cheese? that
Yeah, I guess it works, you know. And this, I guess, try to jam on
just Swiss cheese.
just Swiss cheese. It says this isn't his first brush with the law either over his love of whole dairy. It says, let me see here. Court documents revealed that Pagano was arrested in 2009 after he allegedly removed a large block of cheese from his pocket and offered a woman on the street $20 to rub the Swiss cheese on his member. He pleaded guilty to disorderly conduct. So, Richard, aren't you glad? What's that, Freddie? 4 minutes? All right, so she's masturbator story. I can get rid of that one.
Okay, how can you top that one?
Well, just quickly, there is one other story I want to find about. All right, here, I've got another.
Maybe you have a sports story you
Probably.
can tell us.
No. Now, you girls, you've heard of My Little Pony. You probably had them growing up, right?
We love them.
All right. So here's the story. Apparently, there's a small group of perverts out there, and what they do, they make apparently sex toys with the little pony ponytails. And what they do, again, I don't want to be graphic here,
Then you
but
better
what
not.
they do, the women take the little ponytail, okay, and I guess let me say how I can say this, Dahlia. I guess it's inserted into the rear end, okay, and then they hop around like ponies. And apparently that's a big story.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, it's making a heck of a lot of money. Now, I'd like to go into detail, but I guess I'll just stop there. In fact, there's a porn here that specifically, there's a full-length porn film called Tasha's Ponytail. So, whatever it's worth, anybody that has a My Little Pony fetish, and they name these guys, they're called bronies. Okay, so these pervs that like...
Heard of that.
You've heard of bronies?
I don't know, but I've heard of bronies.
You never tried one on, though, right? You do that.
I saw these little ponies in this tattoo shop last week, and they made like little unicorns out of them.
Nicole, what
You were in the
doing
tattoo shop.
Yeah.
Show us your tattoo.
No, I was looking. There was an art show in the tattoo shop. I was looking at art. It was like this nerd fest. I don't know. It was called
You mean there were
Nerd Fest.
people showing off their art?
Art on the wall? It was like really.
Oh,
freaky.
not they weren't lined
video
up.
game art and stuff.
We never asked her if she has
It's
a
like
tattoo.
nostalgia. I do actually. I'm
Really?
looking for another one. That's why I was in there.
Where is it?
I have a lotus flower on my lower back.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
It's quite lovely.
I'm getting another one soon.
You know,
That's what I was looking.
there are a
But
couple.
they pierce these little
Right.
ponies. They pierce them and they put tattoos on them and they put little unicorns.
What do you mean? How do they pierce the ponies?
They pierce like their little ears and stuff, and they punk them out.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It was
These
art.
are real ponies?
Yeah, it was art. It was cute.
Your next job, take pictures and bring them back, and we'll put them on air.
Okay.
Now, listen, how much time do we have here?
2 minutes.
Only 2 minutes? Okay, here's what I didn't get to. We didn't talk we didn't talk about the serious story, the ex-cop in the movie theater that was annoyed by the guy in front of him.
Well, yeah, that's
texting.
unbelievable. I can't get over that.
Girls know what I'm talking about? This was over in the Tampa area.
Oh, yeah.
Guy's texting. Apparently, he's trying to get the daycare center for his daughter. The guy behind him is a former cop, 71 years old. Got annoyed, went out, allegedly to get the manager. He wasn't available. He came back in. The guy's got in a dispute.
Yeah.
The guy in front threw some popcorn on him. And this ex-cop pulls a gun out of his pocket, shoots the guy dead in the movie theater.
Oh no.
It's a
Did
terrible.
you notice, Alan, how the former cop was not handcuffed? He was just escorted him to the police car.
That's just not right, Arcelia. It's just
That's
not
terrible.
right.
I didn't know that. That's ridiculous.
Now, I'm going to tell you, next week I have stories, and probably the best story, I will, a woman, you ever hear of Christian Mingle, the commercials?
Yes.
Woman paid $500,000 in a con job for some guy she met on Christian Mingle, who was actually from where? Nigerian skim. I'm going to talk about that. We have 30 seconds left, so just go around the room. Sammy, what have you learned from this being on the air with Elkins and Friedman?
The government has a lot of questionable spending.
Okay, did you enjoy yourself?
I did enjoy myself.
Do you think we have any talent whatsoever?
You have some talent.
Sammy, you weren't quick enough. You're banned. You can never come back. Richard, anything?
Anything you want to say before we leave?
No, just want to say I hope everybody enjoyed the show tonight.
And Nicole and Arceli, thanks for being with
Thank
us.
you,
I guess that's
guys.
it. I got to
Thanks for
wrap it
having
up. We'll
us.
see you next week, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
We'll see you next week. Take care.
You've been listening to the Elkins and Friedman Know Nothing Show, where maybe you learned a little something in spite of them. To reach Alan Elkins or Rich Friedman at their offices, call 954-772-6014 or 561-738-5988. Out of area, call toll-free 1-800-922-1277 or go online to elkinsandfriedman.com. Friedman is spelled with 2 E's. Be back here next week for more from Elkins and Friedman and their Know Nothing Show.